My name is Omer Fein. I'm the Economic Consul of Israel here on the West Coast. I'm responsible for the business, innovation, and economy of Israel in 17 states here on the West Coast. And I thought I should take the next 10 minutes. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, it is. To try and explain how Israel became from a citrus nation to a startup nation or a tech nation. We all know the stories about the Jaffa orange, right? And somehow this thing, I'd like to start the story with maybe a short exposition of who we are, okay, Israel. So we're a country out there, not a lot of people, about 10 million, with not a lot of area, around the size of New Jersey, right? With not a lot of rain, not a lot of natural resources, and obviously we have a tough neighborhood. And there we are, the red strip there, right? That's Shalom. Somehow this thing created, I would even say maybe there's an anomaly, right? Of how this thing created an ecosystem of a few thousand of startups, a few hundred of VCs, and a lot of software and innovation that is out there. Okay, so that's an interesting story, and I thought that the journey should go through 5 stops on the way. It will feel like maybe a wine tasting in Napa. Because I'm gonna pinch every time, you know, one of these areas, and we don't have a lot of time, and I can maybe expand later. The first stop will be the academia. Okay, so every Jewish mother, right? We know that she wants her son to become either a doctor, or a lawyer, or a unicorn founder, right? Or in Israel we say, why not? Why do we have to choose? Like just be the 3 of them, right? So it can be whatever you want. And the academia has a very important part in the ecosystem. We have great universities, and the population is quite educated. Like many people go and earn their bachelors and their masters. And we also know that the government is very involved in having an educated population, right? So if you compare it to how much it costs to go and have a degree here, in one of the American university, of course, you know, it's kind of nothing, right? Beside the fact that the universities also have, they bring innovation. That's the right part of the slide. I'm moving on to the government part, right? We spoke how the government is involved with the education, but the government was also very took a very proactive approach back there in the 90s with a very interesting program called the U.S.A program. Then it was replicated to other countries in the world, like Singapore, and the government was the first institutional LP. So the government went and put money in a very interesting hybrid model of how to generate this ecosystem to make sure that there are VCs, there's capital running in, you know, this ecosystem. And the government went and continued with these efforts. Like right now, the Israel Innovation Authority has all kind of technological incubators that generate more innovation and more startups with all kinds of subsidized programs that we have. Okay, so there's a great involvement of the government. We're very proud to have such models in our country. Like I mentioned, so this created the whole ecosystem of VCs. I will not stop on this, or I'll not speak about this slide, but obviously where you have VCs and startups, you start having all kind of interesting unicorns and exits, and we know all the big names and the big stories. You know, in the 19th century, if you went to the United Kingdom, to Britain, so you would say that in every British family, good British family, you should have 3 sons, right? The first son should go to the church, so I'm not covering this part. The second son should go to the government, cover this one, right? And the third one should go and serve in the army. And the army has a very interesting place in this ecosystem, and I would like to maybe refer the army as an HR system. Okay, so you have this model of you can select whoever you want out of 100,000 candidates every year, and the army doesn't serve only as like an accelerator for tech, but also as a great school for leadership. Okay, so that's every citizen in Israel can actually enjoy training in leadership. We know that here in the U.S. it costs a lot of money to earn this leadership experience, and of course you have an alumni network that we kind of go and we're part of. It's interesting, like when 2 Israelis don't meet each other, they never met each other, and the first question will be, "Where are you from?" Right? Second question will be, "Where did you serve?" And third question will be, "How many kids you have?" Right? So we're very, very direct. Last slide. And last stop will be the multinationals. You know, that's an interesting model. It's a serious model taken from the big schools of management, was developed in the 70s. And I like to see Israel as this model that describes organizations with what we call organized anarchy. Okay, it's organizations. The model is called the garbage can model, and it says that there are organizations out there that have problems without solutions, solutions without problems, and there are all kind of interesting participants there with all kind of decision rights, right? And there's an energy of champions. When you have these things, these components in this bucket, and you shake it very well, and you have this random factor there, you create a lot of opportunities which create breakthroughs. And there's a big understanding in Israel that timing is everything. Okay, so that's an interesting model. I think that this is one of the secret sauces of our country, and you know, great things can happen from there. So I thank you very much for listening, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Mike, I think we have a panel coming up, right? Thank you.